Previously on Funny Science Fiction.
Well, actually, after 26 years, it's really very easy. I'll tell you, the most difficult thing in our house to do is to get to the bathroom in the middle of the night without tripping and breaking your neck.
My name's Braden Smith, and this is the Funny Science Fiction Podcast.
The only podcast, by the way, where Grabthar's hammer would not avenge us. Now, there's a good chance that you've seen our guest today while perusing TikTok and YouTube, like you do, laying there in the morning, flipping through your phone, thinking that kid with the Iron Man and Spidey stuff looks a lot like Tom Holland. And if you did think that, you're not alone. Everyone say hello to Braden Smith. Of course, we meant Braden Smith.
What's up?
But Tom Holland might call him his mini-me. It is awfully close. But it is Braden. We double-checked.
It is Braden.
Welcome to the show, Braden.
I've honestly heard that I think I hear Tom Holland more than my actual name at this point. It is not an exaggeration. Do I at least heard it? I've seen it in my comments probably a million times, and that's not an exaggeration. So
yeah, I believe that.
There's just a part of me that hopes that Tom has been told he looks like me, just a small part. I would love that.
Right? Somebody be like, you look like Braden Smith. He'd be like, who?
Exactly.
You look like that TikTok guy. Are you aware of that?
There's a chance.
There's always a chance. All right. So one of the things I wanted to talk to you about today, Braden, is, for many times to do it is some of the stuff that you're doing and how you're doing it. There's a need for a level of specialized education, engineering, mechanical, etc. So what I'm wondering is, and this is our first question out of the gate, are you trained in these Jedi arts, or is it just a natural thing, or are you just making your way through it with trial and errors and somehow still keeping all of your fingers?
I'd like to say that Master Yoda trained me how to do all this, but it's honestly, I've kind of always been into building things, and I'm still in high school, but I'm going to a STEM school. And so in my freshman year, they threw all this 3D printers, programming, how to edit videos, 3D model, everything at me. So it was just perfect, because I always wanted to do that stuff. And then I learned it that way. And then more trial and error nowadays, because it's kind of figuring out what doesn't work. But
and just for record's sake, you do have all 10 fingers still, right?
Yeah, I do.
All right. Well, that's a win.
Yeah.
That's a win. All right. Now, certainly what you're doing online. So I follow you on TikTok. I follow you on YouTube as well. So I'm a subscriber. Some of the things that you're doing, clearly this brings you a lot of joy. You're having a ton of fun while you're doing this. It's clear. Watching you with the web shooters, watching you fire off the repulsors. Those are some big old smiles that you've got on your face, some cake eating grins. And so we love to see that when people are so involved and they're passionate about what they're doing, it comes across and it's very clear. And we love to talk about to people about the things that they're passionate about. So, but what was it though that made you so passionate about wanting to do things in the world of superheroes?
I've always loved superheroes. I was born in 2002 when Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man came out. So I was literally raised with those movies. And so I think as I started to learn how to build things, it's kind of the first thing I thought of is I want to make superhero stuff. And I had a lot of really, really crappy versions of those superhero things. If you look at some of my old stuff, it's so it just seems like something that was made out of a dumpster compared to what I have now. But that's why I think I'm so happy seeing it all come together, because oh, it actually works. What is going on? I think that's it's just really cool, because the little 5-year-old in me comes out and who was watching Spider-Man movies on the TV, and then he's I have this on my wrist right now. So I think that's definitely where I'm getting all the passion from all the superhero stuff.
That totally makes sense.
So is there one superhero that you lean to more towards than the others in your fandom?
Yeah, I want to listen. It's always between Spider-Man and Iron Man, and I think it just depends on what I'm making at the moment. Right now, I want to say Iron Man, but they're so close where I feel I should put Spider-Man on top, because he's always been my favorite. It's Spider-Man or Iron Man. It's having to pick between my kids. I can't pick between them.
All right, cool. So you're Iron Spider-Man. Gotcha. All right.
Yes, Iron Spider. There you go.
So, as you've been talking about Iron Man and Spider-Man, you definitely have that sort of scientific vibe going on with the things that you make. But let's suppose that instead of going down that heroic path, you became a villain. So are there any supervillains whose creations or exploits excite your imagination?
Well, you know, I'd love to make an Infinity Gauntlet, but you know, I don't know if I can necessarily do that. That's a good question, actually. I've never really thought about that. Who would I want to be?
See, because I've already envisioned you as Dr. Octopus, you know, with the you know, making
Oh,
the
that
tentacle
would
arms.
be cool. Yeah, that would be cool. I think, you know what, I might go with that because I've always wanted to like 3D print those little arms. I might go with that. I like that.
That would be pretty cool.
All right. Well, hey, if he does it, you heard it here first. That'd be
There
kind of
you
cool. Yeah. But yeah, I that was one of the first things when we were going through our pre-show stuff, and I was looking through our information. I went, you know, that would actually be kind of cool if he went to the whole Doc Ock route. Just because the you know, especially because of your Spider-Man tie-in and all that kind of stuff. So to see Tom Holland go evil and be Doc Ock would be kind of cool.
Call me up.
There you go. Yeah. All right. Now there's always going to be people, you know, as you've grown through this, there's always going to be people that are the lackeys, the hangers on, the people who ride the coattails of the famous or spotlighted person who want to get their own 15 minutes of fame. Okay. And now as the mystique around you grows, because you have quite a few TikTok followers.
Yeah.
You have it's a crazy number. Double, you know, it's in the millions. I know that. I don't remember exactly how many.
I just hit 2.5 yesterday. It was crazy.
Yeah,
That's
which is a lot of people.
Yeah.
You have a very large YouTube following as well. So, you know, there's always going to be
you got those fancy YouTube plaques.
Oh yeah, the little fake. I made them myself. I needed something to represent it, but I was like, I'm gonna 3D print it. I'm gonna paint it. It'll be perfect.
That's awesome.
That's fantastic. We're gonna have you print us one too. All right. So anyway, no, I'm just kidding. But you know, so there's always people who want to try and gain popularity and some measure of fame off of the things that you're doing. So how do you work on keeping yourself grounded and keeping good people around you so that you can continue to be the cool kid that we're talking to now?
I just think that that's kind of like what my content is based around. Like the whole reason I went viral is because it was just some plastic bottle that I was shooting that looked like Iron Man's repulsor. And I think it went crazy viral because it was just like people could see how happy I was about it, like we were talking about earlier. And so having that be like primarily how my content is based around, I feel like my ego can kind of stay flat because it's like, I'm just a kid, you know, it's like, I don't even know, like I dreamed about doing YouTube and even TikTok wasn't a thing when I wanted to do it. So having it now, it's just like, it's super amazing to have it. And people like, I still have my friends who just see me as like a normal person because this is kind of how I've always been. I've always just been like the Spider-Man kid, and then it just happened to blow up that way. So yeah, I think this is kind of, it's just because of what I like to do that happens to tie in with it being my job and that I went famous for it. So
all right, I can go with that. So in another vein, in a similar lane, you have clearly you have some fandoms that you pay attention to, and that there's things. If you could have somebody in a video with you to help you demonstrate one of your things, another TikTok creator or another YouTube creator, is there one that you'd be like, man, I wish I could do something, you know, a collaboration with this guy? Or this girl. Yeah, I don't want to make it sound like you only talk to dudes.
You know, I think a video with the Hacksmith would be super, super cool to do.
Oh yeah.
Because our content is like super similar. His is just, I think, a little bit more advanced than mine.
I still want to play with the plasma lightsaber.
Oh yeah.
So badly.
Yes.
You would lose
I instantly would lose a leg. I'd be like, look what I can do. Oh, and there it goes.
And it's gone.
And then you get a robot one. So, you know, it might be a good trade-off. You never know.
Here I come, Anakin.
So as we kind of segue into talking about other fandoms, what other fandoms do you enjoy? Are there others? I mean, the MCU is awesome, but yeah, there's got to be more.
I love Star Wars. I love Lord of the Rings, although I haven't seen the movies in so long. Like, I need to do a whole rewatch of them, but I love those as a kid. But Star Wars and like Marvel are my top two. But,
I think the Lord of the Rings movies are the same age as you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, if not older, I think.
I'm trying to remember when Fellowship came out. Jeez.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that. It's been a while. But I think it's probably about the same time as Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
So it has to be. 2001. Yeah, so right around
Fellowship
that
came
same
out in
age.
2001.
No, it is older than me.
It is
Yeesh.
just older than you. And I feel very old now. Okay.
It's okay, Tim.
Let's stop talking. I'm 44. Let's stop talking about these dates. That's not scary at all.
So with
Okay.
the other upcoming MCU releases in Phase 4 or even perhaps Phase 5, what are you the most excited about?
Oh, geez. Black Widow, I've been like so hyped for, and I'm finally so excited that there is a confirmed date that it will be coming out because I need to see a new MCU movie. Like, I've been having to just watch the Marvel shows just to get my fix, but I need a movie to go like watch in theaters. So I'm so happy about that. Doctor Strange, obviously the Multiverse of Madness, and Spider-Man 3, like that one's gonna be insane. I really hope that like Toby and Andrew come back in a multiverse thing because I would lose my mind. But
That would be awesome.
definitely Doctor Strange.
I think they're going to.
I really hope they do. Like I will actually scream in theaters. Even if someone gets mad at me, I will do it. But
It's okay. I think after Endgame, everybody's learned that we can yell in theaters and it's okay.
yeah, exactly.
Because I
Theaters
was
should be a
quiet.
safe place.
Oh, you know what though? I've never really been quiet in the movie theater anyway. I yelled at James Bond Goldeneye when the tank blasted through the wall. There's been many movies I yelled at, but you know.
Yeah.
But so let's talk about Star Wars for just a quick second. We don't have this in our script. We weren't planning on this, but I'm going to ask you anyway, since you mentioned it. What's your favorite Star Wars movie, and who's your favorite character?
Jeez, I either Episode 5, just because I think it's a classic, or Episode 3, because I really Obi-Wan's my favorite. Like young Obi-Wan, like literally have his little replica lightsaber on the wall right there.
Dig it.
Yeah, so I think Obi-Wan and probably Episode 5. That would be
okay.
It.
I like
Totally
both of
makes
those
sense.
choices. Episode 5 is my all-time favorite movie, so well chosen there. All right, and it's, you know what? No matter who you like in Star Wars, it's really hard to argue against Obi-Wan. It really is.
It's a classic, you know.
So, have you seen the cast list for the new Obi-Wan show?
I have. I am so excited that Hayden Christensen is actually coming back.
I know.
Super cool.
I'm hoping that with some solid writing, he can get some redemption as Anakin and Darth Vader. He really deserves it.
I have been geeking out about that so much.
Yeah.
So much.
See, I think I'm one of the guys who really didn't hate the prequels that much. Like they came out kind of when I was like a little kid, but rewatching them, like you can kind of like Anakin acts that way. I feel like for a certain reason, you know.
Sure.
So I'm excited to see him come back.
And I think too, as the younger Star Wars generation, because when did those come out? 2002. So I was like 10.
Yeah.
But like Jar Jar Binks was like written for my age group. Like he was the segue to get you into Star Wars with we're going to have this ridiculous character who steps in poop. Like that was our segue into Star Wars. And so the prequels have a special spot in my heart. I mean, they're not my favorite, but I still love them.
But they're still good, yeah.
Yeah, they're good. You know, the
fights, all this good stuff.
I still have a hard time watching Episode 1. I'm working my way through it. It's you know, I'm in it's a 12-step program. I think I'm about step 8 right now.
Which step of that was stepping in poop?
That was step 1.
That
was step 1, and then brushing it off was step 2. You know, and then I moved on to an acceptance stage.
See, and I actually struggle with 2 more than I struggle with 1.
I like Attack of the Clones quite a bit. I've said this before in other episodes for us, that if I could just get rid of that whole Naboo lakeside force feeding her the pear thing,
good. Yeah,
you're so pretty. No, you're so pretty. No, you're so pretty. So if I could get rid of all that and give me more of the Geonosis battle, that's a phenomenal movie.
That'll be a win.
So all right, so another thing that we're hoping for today, Braden, in our conversation with you, we're hoping that you're willing to do a little bit of show and tell, as much as you can do here on Zoom. So if you'd like to get a few things that we can take a look at, because we'd like to show some of the fine folks out in YouTube land who aren't already following you, reasons why they should be following you at your awesome channel.
Okay. What can I get that's like not gonna make my room smell like propane?
It's a good question.
That is a great question.
That's a very solid question.
These are my go-tos usually.
And knowing how propane smells, I mean.
Oh, it doesn't smell good. Propane, like
No.
using gas and even MAP gas still has a like subtle, like really bad smell, but propane's horrible.
Yeah, the whole rotten egg smell.
I got the classic Iron Man helmet that I made, which is pretty. I mean,
pretty awesome.
Yeah, I need to put LEDs in it, and this one's just a prototype because the real version I'm making out of carbon fiber and actually having a heads-up display in it with two 1080p cameras in each eye, so I can actually see out of it. So this thing's like, the more I design the actual version, the more this one kind of just feels like a toy, but it's still cool though. Definitely my favorite thing, I think.
Now, is that the one that you were wearing when you there's a TikTok video, I think you were in a pool?
Yes, that's the one I was wearing. Yep. Oh yeah.
He's just kind of lounging on a sloth inflatable, drinking.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like,
you know, why not? This one, computer, turn off lights. There we go. That works. Perfect. This one is one of the scariest things I have, which is a taser spear, which I like to say is like Mandalorians, but this used to just be a prop that I made back in my freshman year that was for like some little skit I was doing for a YouTube video. And then just this last year, I was like, that's kind of boring. I should make that thing work. And so I just put a whole little taser unit on it. And yeah, it's terrifying.
Now, is it just a light and sound, or can you actually tase somebody a little bit with it?
It's about 30,000 volts of electricity. And I tased my leg one time and I completely like crippled myself and fell to the floor and spilled a drink all over. It was horrible.
So it does work. Okay.
Yeah, it definitely worked. Computer, reset lights. Yeah, and then I got the whole Tony Stark lighting system up, so that's definitely nice.
That's
nice.
Cool.
Now, isn't there a video? And I'm trying to do this from memory, so my apologies if this is incorrect. But isn't there a video where you do the Tony Stark thing and tell it to play your jam?
Yeah, I got all that. I can show this off if you want.
Yeah, go for it.
Definitely.
What's the good one? Computer, let's get jolly. Yes, it worked. Holy crap. This one's great. This was a Christmas one. Lights get all Christmassy. And of course, it's honestly like a dog or like a kid when you want to show it something cool, it doesn't do it. Computer, let's get jolly. It's not gonna work. This stupid thing. You gotta love it. Yeah, it's always That's all right. It's like every time I do it. Let's try now. Computer, let's get jolly. Or don't work. That's okay. What other ones do I got? Oh, this one. Computer, power down. Let's see if you can still see me. Okay, this is the one I like to use when I like get home from school or just like from a long day. Computer, time to wake up. Daddy's home. Then I hope it plays it, because if not, this is going to be really embarrassing. Oh, come on, do it, please. I'm just like waiting. It's supposed to open up Spotify. Oh, of course it's not going to. It's supposed to play Should I Stay or Should I Go Now, like Tony Stark and Iron Man.
Right?
But computers can sense fear.
Oh yeah, exactly. You know what? Well, it's gonna watch it as randomly play. Yeah, I have that one. Usually it's supposed to play music and everything like that, and the lights interact with it. But
that's all right.
That's so cool. So I know that my husband is going to get ideas, because as I was researching and watching some of your videos, he's like, I want it. No. So because I know he's going to be wanting to do these things, how extensive are your safety precautions that you take? So you can set a good example for my overgrown man child.
Give me, like, what invention would you want me to like talk about?
I don't
like the
even
repulsors, the taser spear.
Well, I mean, you've already mentioned that you crippled yourself with a taser spear, but
Okay.
I don't.
It's like when you're doing your repulsors and you're doing
safety precautions. I've gotten so much better, because originally, like, I even have a YouTube video up where I almost blew myself up because I was really, really stupid. Yeah, I was not smart about it. So it's really, really dangerous, I would say, and I'm finally like learned that I need to wear earplugs and eye protection at all times, otherwise I will go deaf because of how loud it is. What's some good safety precautions? I got a one-way valve, so the gas can't go back into the tank and explode it. because that's what almost happened when I almost blew myself up, because like the flame, instead of going into the combustion chamber, just ignited a like big flame instead of exploding, and then went back towards the gas tanks. And I had to cut the gas, like the valve. And it's so like, I don't know how close I really was to it actually blowing up, because I cut the valve and you can see the flame go right to the valve, and then it stopped, which is right where the gas tank was. So I don't know what would have happened if I would have left it open. So definitely freaky. Yeah, now I got a lot more, like I unclipped the whole gas unit so it doesn't have any chance of going back towards the tanks. So
that's a good
I
plan.
wouldn't really recommend making the repulsors. They're kind of dangerous.
Yeah, I think in one of them, I think you even you say to your mom, "Don't worry, I'm not going to blow myself up."
Yeah. I've said that to her quite a bit. I had a lot of persuading going into this the past couple of years.
Yeah, I was going to venture a guess that was not going to be the only time that was said, whether on or off camera. So
Yep.
Don't worry, Mom, I won't blow myself up.
Exactly.
So, all right, well, cool. Well, Braden, we've gotten to the point of our show where we like to run each of our guests through a little bit of a quiz.
Okay, sweet.
And now the whole point of the quiz is that if you do well, we send you loot. If
you get prizes,
So it's a 5-question quiz. Okay. And this quiz is based around Iron Man and Spider-Man. So hopefully you'll have a chance at doing pretty well at this.
I hope I do.
All right. So if you get 3 questions right, we're going to send you one of these I Gave to the Red Shirt Widows and Orphans coffee mugs.
Hey, I've actually needed a coffee mug.
Well, see. All right. And then on the back side, it has our logo, the Funny Science Fiction Podcast. And then if you get 4 questions right, we'll send you the mug plus this book, which is Custodians of the Cosmos. So the founder of our Facebook group, the Funny Science Fiction Facebook group, Drayton Allen, wrote this book. It's all about somebody who wanted to join Starfleet, couldn't hack it, so they joined as a custodian to boldly clean up after those who boldly just went.
There you go. I like it.
And it's it's the whole thing. But nice. However, those are the good things. If you get less than 3 questions right, we have to take a picture of you and make a meme out of you. It's our fun sequence.
I feel like I want to do that. No.
Well, we're always happy to oblige no matter what.
You would be in good company in the meme world.
Well, yeah. So far in as memes, I think we only have 2 right now, don't we? No, 3. We just took a picture of our 3rd.
Yeah.
So our first was a gentleman by the name of Frank Duran. He was on the Warp Shelf podcast. He's been a guest and a guest host for us. Frank is awesome, and I highly recommend his podcast. It's if you like nerd stuff, that's the place to be. The Warp Shelf. He talks about everything over there. And then also the second one was Dan Povenmire, the co-creator of Phineas and Ferb.
You made a meme out of him?
We did.
Yeah, we did.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's right at the end of his episode. If you watch, if you go to our YouTube page and check out Funny Science Fiction Podcast, there you'll see the Dan Povenmire interview, and at the end of it, you'll see him doing this.
He makes a very cute face.
He makes a very cute face. He's got a very cute floral bonnet on. It's a Firefly reference. So, all right. So, do you agree to those terms? We good to go?
Yes, I do.
All right. So we got 5 questions coming at you. Here we go.
All right.
Question 1, and these are all multiple choice, by the way, so we're going to try and make it a little easier on you.
Okay.
What color was Iron Man's original armor? Was it red, yellow, or gray?
Gray.
Yes, it was gray.
Yes.
Awesome. Question 2. What real-life celebrity is Tony Stark based on? A. John D. Rockefeller, B. Howard Hughes, or C. Errol Flynn?
That's a great question. I might get one of these wrong because I have no idea.
You have no idea?
No, I want to say B.
You would be right. It is Howard Hughes.
It is Howard Hughes.
Okay.
Who had too much money, didn't know what to do with it.
Now he has to go research who Howard Hughes is because he's too young to know.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, question 3. Which character bullied Peter Parker in high school? Was it Flash Thompson, Biff Tannen, or Robbie Robertson?
Flash Thompson. Although Biff Tannen would have been funny to see that. Cool little crossover.
Yeah, it would be a cool crossover. All right, that is true. All right, 3 for 3. You have earned yourself at least a coffee mug.
Hey, I'll take it.
Question 4. What color is Mary Jane Watson's hair? A, black, B, red, or C, blonde?
Red. And it's actually, that's like the funny thing. Like I got a thing for redheads because of Mary Jane.
I think a lot of guys do.
Since I was like a little kid, I was just like, oh, she's so cute. So
All right.
All right. That
There's
is
the book.
4.
Sweet, there you go.
And because now bonus question, because you've already won all of the loot. Edwin Jarvis serves as butler to what super team? The X-Men, Avengers, or the Fantastic Four?
Avengers.
Very
Look
good.
at you winning.
5
Look
for
at me.
5.
5 for 5. I thought I was gonna get the Tony Stark one wrong, but I'm really happy I got that right.
But you're still in high school, so you're used to guessing on multiple choice questions.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I get it. Long ago.
I was honestly, as I was doing this, I was like, did I make him too easy? And then I went, no, did I make him too hard? And then I was like, I don't know if he's going to know who John D. Rockefeller and Howard Hughes are. Okay. But hey, all right.
Hey, you did
Solid guesswork, my friend. Solid guesswork.
I appreciate it.
it. Braden, thank you so much for being on our show today.
Thank
So
you, Brad.
where can people find more about your work and what you're building next?
Braden Smith 02 on TikTok, Braden Smith on YouTube, and then follow me on Instagram, Braden Smith _02. But, yeah,
Awesome.
Instagram,
I will make
YouTube, TikTok.
sure that Nick puts those in our description so people can follow you and look at all of your cool builds.
Sweet, thank you.
And as a reminder, Nick's the one who's not on here, but he looks like Corvan from Voltron. Look it up, you'll get it.
He looks like a young Ron Swanson.
He does look like a young Ron Swanson.
Yeah, I'll
Ron
look into
Swanson
it.
before he's jaded and angry.
It's a thing. It's totally a thing. All right. So we want to remind everybody that subscribing is the single most important thing that you can do to ensure that we get more amazing guests like Braden here, that we are able to help him show off what he's doing, and we get to have a few laughs about it and some funny moments for you guys to listen to. So please subscribe not only to our stuff, but go check out Braden on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube as well. You won't be disappointed that you did, because this kid is building some really cool stuff, and I am always completely in awe of the things that you're doing. So well done on you for those things.
Thank you.
Yeah, and remember, guys, if you're not happy with the content of our videos, all you have to do is submit in single form by signature mail to our complaint department. Our department director, Justin Hammer, will take your report very seriously, but only after he tries to figure out why Tony is so much cooler than him and with weapons that actually work. So be patient. It could be a while before you get a response.
There you go.
So thanks again, Braden. This was a lot of fun. We really appreciated having you on the show.
Thank you so much. I honestly really enjoyed it so much.
Yeah.
Goodbye, everyone, and thanks for watching.
Bye.
Peace out.
Our show is brought to you by our charity sponsor, the Red Shirt Widows and Orphans Fund, which supports the Wish Upon a Teen Foundation that helps out sick kids when they need it most.
And just imagine the comfort you'll give Red Shirt Crewman number 7. He'll know that when he puts on that red shirt and is assaulted by a Kree warrior 16 minutes into the Infinity War, that he didn't leave his family destitute and without hope, because the Red Shirt Widows and Orphans Fund has his back and what's left of that one single kidney stone. On behalf of the rest of the hosts of Funny Science Fiction, we'd like to thank you for listening to this episode. If you'd like to be a guest on one of our future episodes, please contact us by means of our Facebook group, Funny Science Fiction. You can find us on Twitter or Instagram using the handle @FunnySci-Fi, or you can go to DraytonAllen.com and click the Contact Me link at the bottom of the page. Thanks again. Hope you enjoyed the episode.